Peace, y'all. Campaign show live. West Coast Cam, Digital Soapbox Network. Like, subscribe, share. Friday, March 21st. Ramadan Mubarak to the Muslims. Ramadan Mubarak and Assalamu Alaikum. Blessed Ramadan. We in last 10 days, I get again, of Ramadan. 9 days left. And we chugging on along. Peace and blessings to everybody that's holding the line, that's pushing the righteous line, pushing the peace, and detoxing your body, detoxing your mind, detoxing your spirit, detoxing your circle, your people that you hang out with or whatever. Big Adrian, Adrian X, Wrench Mob God Squad. Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem, King Z, salute, Safi, Ali, peace to the gods, Ramadan, Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem, Ahmad Jabril, Ramadan Kareem, BL, Wrench Mob in the chat. BL says salute. Matter of fact, yeah, you need a wrench too. Be like Oprah, you get a wrench. All my warriors over here, man. Wrench Mob, G's are the God mods is the most vicious, righteously vicious. Yeah, man. God's grace on our evils is over with. This is the last lap. This is the checker flag lap. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Marathon the checker flag. But yeah, man. God's grace on our evils is over. God's grace on us correcting our evils ain't over. God's grace on us, making mistakes and hurrying up and making it right. That's not over. So if we outweighing our evils with good, then we still under God's grace. But those of us that have been so used to getting away with dirt, getting away with evils, and thinking that we got away with it, and thinking that it wasn't gonna come out or things ain't gonna have to be dealt with, that's over with. This is the dealt with season. This is the season of harvest. This is the reaper season where we reap what we sowed. The Bible called it the reaper season. The season where the wheats and the goats and all that get exposed and separated and binded up and threw into the fire. Whatever that means to us. Divine Light, Walaikum Salam, Ramadan Kareem. Yeah, I definitely got you on that, BL. I got you on that. I would do it right now, but I'm gonna have to do it once I get off of here and go back. Because I got on a digital soapbox dashboard. But I got you. But yeah, man, I'm back on my positive energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way in overdrive, shifting it in a high gear on my fasting time. So, to us in the NOI, fasting for us is really not eating nothing. So the fast that I've been doing for the 20 days of Ramadan, the first 20 days of Ramadan, or 19 days or whatever, been just a regular, eat one meal a day at when the sun go down. But the last 10 days, I've been doing the real fast with nothing, no food whatsoever, not even when the sun go down. And I was kind of weak and drained yesterday and the day before yesterday, but now, once you get in that third day kick in, man, Allah just God, Allah reset your whole little immune system, reset your cells and all of that, and you feel it immediately. So I felt like I was kind of lightheaded earlier today. I went outside with my daughters and play some tennis and my son hooping or whatever. So I had to really monitor myself, make sure I didn't do too much. But as I got out there and was breathing and sweating a little bit, man, I could just feel the reset. I could feel the metabolism reset. So I feel light and sharp and good. I don't feel fatigued, and I'm going on 3 days with nothing. I'm trying to do the whole last 10 days with no food, like the way we fast in the nation. So, God willing, I'll make it. If not, you know what I'm saying? It's still all good. But my reasons for fasting is not symbolic or ritualistic. My reasons for fasting is to obtain and to tap into my God powers, the powers of control over the forces of nature. Just telling you straight up. It's not no abracadabra, whatever. It's science. It's the science of the dormant original purpose of your human brain is to be God and to be able to control the creation, to master everything in life, starting with yourself, starting with your physical body, starting with your own thoughts, starting with the energy that we made up out of. That's what I fast for. Everything else is just icing on the cake. Everything else falls in line under that. Some people might want to fast for, you praying for a loved one or somebody else is dealing with some problems or some issues. But ultimately, we fast for ourselves, for the benefit of ourselves, self-mastery. God don't need our fast. Allah does not need our prayers, and Allah do not need our fast. Allah don't need our charity. Allah don't need nothing from us. We the ones who need to be doing this. We need to be doing that with his blessing, with his backup and his guidance. So where he is, we may also be. I'm talking about on the levels of peace and health and power and knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So that's what fasting is all about. It's not just to guard against evil. It's to build you up into God. Fasting is supposed to build us up into being a God, a righteous God, children of the Most High God. So this ain't religion. I keep stressing that. Anytime you hear me talking about God, hear me talk about, life, death, so-called Islam or Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan, NOI, we are not talking about religion. We're talking about the power of you, the power of your flesh and blood self, which is the temple or the house of God, or whatever you want to call him, whatever name that you recognize God by. That's where God dwells, in your body, in your skull, in your chest, in your cells and blood vessels, molecules. That's where God is at. God is nowhere outside of you. Certain forces, that's the essence of yourself, is all around us, throughout space and here. But what I'm talking about is you. God is a being. God ain't a force. God is a being. Allah is a being that we call he. We call him a he. But he says that both male and female came from the same single essence or single soul, which was him. So he said he divided himself up into two genders, male and female. So Allah, God, is the male and the female human being, flesh and blood. So the grace of our higher self is over. Our own higher self, our own supreme self, the highest level of our self ain't tolerating our BS no more. The God in you ain't tolerating the weakness and the BS in you no more. We're not talking about some separate entity, even though it is a separate, God that is regulating that too. But it's really talking about the God in you. The grace of the God in you is for your own evils is up. It's over with. Yeah. So I don't ever want y'all to take nothing that I'm saying too extreme or too like I'm just the gospel and what I say is absolute law or absolute complete, and it ain't. So I'm just trying to share some ideas and spark some critical thinking, so you don't have to feel locked in no specific interpretation. But whatever you hear me saying, it should spark some more deeper thought that you're gonna see it even deeper or further than I'm saying than I'm saying it. Divine light, yep. King Z, salute. Yeah, I'm looking at like I did yesterday, looking at the highlights or the breaking news or whatnot. I've seen that George Foreman passed away. May Allah be pleased with George Foreman, the great boxer back in the day with Ali and everybody else. So rest in peace, George Foreman, big George Foreman Grill. And, like I said, may Allah be pleased with him. Passed away at the age of 76, I believe. Yeah. So I don't know what he passed away from. I don't know what his health condition is, but I've been seeing the headlines on George Foreman. What else? Yeah, we already know the drama that's going on YouTube, and social media regarding other stuff. So that's what I really be trying to. Man, I really be trying to warn us. A lot of people take warnings emotionally as though they under attack or something. But hey, man, I can't worry about nobody's feelings. I can't worry about no feelings. I got to worry about the God's feelings that assigned me to be a warner. I'm more scared of him and what his position against me would be if I don't deliver the warnings. So, I'm delivering the warnings, and y'all are witnesses of it. What about the pyramids? Y'all see the little pyramid? I think I touched on that a little bit yesterday. Allegedly, the pyramids technology or whatever that's buried deep under a mile and a half engineering structure underneath the pyramid. And we're taught that by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that the pyramids were built with a supreme secret engineering technology that has to do with hydraulics. And sure enough, they say that it's 8 big cylinder pillars with fluid lines or whatever around each one of them. So that's very interesting, So the whole slaves of Egypt built the pyramid lie. We've been with saying that was a lie. No slaves gonna be able to do that. Sugar Gale 1, salute Cam, trying to avoid the craziness, but it's hard because it's a hot topic. Yeah, man. The craziness is out there, but you don't have to participate in it. You can witness it. You can interact and whatever, but You're supposed to control yourself. We control ourselves. I don't have to participate. I don't have to respond or react no kind of way. That's the only thing I do have control of. At this point, I might not have control of nobody else outside myself, but I got control of myself and what I choose to respond to, react to, acknowledge, pay attention to, give life or energy to, repeat. I got choice, and I choose not to do none of that with the craziness that I see going on right now. But God willing, when Ramadan is over, then I'm gonna I'm gonna have some things to say and some moves to make regarding some other stuff that's gonna be very controversial and taken very emotionally defensive by many people. And hey, it is what it is. Eugene Neal, salute, salute, salute to you. You already know what it is. Ahmad Jabril, they got a pyramid on East Oakland that's similar to the ones in Egypt. A real pyramid, or just not a Johnny come lately man, made one, or is one like a old thousands a year old one that they discovered in Oakland. This is the modern Egypt. This is the place of the chosen people of God. I don't want to really get into all of that, but this is the prophetic Egypt, and Jerusalem that's above us. Looks real old. Yeah, ain't no telling. We about to see all kind of stuff uncovered that we didn't know existed. This is the year. This is the beginning. This is the year of manifestations of a whole lot of secrets, a whole lot of revelations, things that's going to be revealed. So, yeah. The White House in Washington, D.C., Egypt. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is the Pharaoh. This is the modern day Pharaoh. This is the modern day Egypt, Babylon, Rome, Sodom and Gomorrah, people of Noah, all of the, Jonah, Nineveh, you know what I'm saying? All of that we read about, America is all of them in one. And America fulfills all of them cities, all of them stories combined. All of them was talking about us. All of them was talking about America and us. All of that was signs of us. So time of signs is over with. This is what the signs was pointing to. We are what all the signs was pointing to. And the sad part is we don't understand that. We don't believe that. We think all that is a history book, like it happened 2,000 years ago, or 4,000, or 5,000, or 6,000 years ago. Nope. All of that was pointing to us right now. It didn't happen back then. We're who it was talking about. This is who it was talking about. George Allen, walaikum salam, my brother. Peace to you. But yeah, God's grace on our evil is over with. Jabril, I know they got pyramids in Peru, in South America, in Mexico. Yeah, they got pyramids all over the place, but especially, like you said, in the Americas, South America, Mexico, North America. The question is, what are they? What are they? What are pyramids, and what is the purpose? Surely it's just not decoration. Surely it's just not some tombs for dead people. No, I don't think so. Therapy Radio 808. Salute. But yeah, God's grace is what we own. Not religion. Grace. Not religious dogma. Not scriptures or ghost stories or he say, she say, traditions, rituals. No, that's not what we're talking about. God's grace, meaning the most high part and potential of ourselves. is no longer tolerating the weaknesses of ourselves, no longer tolerating the wickedness of ourselves. It's a conflict in your and my body, in your and my own head. You know, they said you got an angel on this shoulder and whatever on this shoulder, your conscience. Yeah, well, that's God and Satan. So God is the most powerful. So if you give him more attention and more support to Satan, then your own brain, the positive force of your own brain is going to destroy you. You don't worry about no outside God. Your inside God is going to destroy you. Your inside God's grace is over for our own evils. Therapy Radio, it's pyramids and cities buried under land and water everywhere. Yeah, that's what we taught in the nation. That every God cycle, every 25,000 years, when a new God takes over and decides that he wants to build a new world or a new civilization based on his own God ideas, they don't use nothing from the previous God's civilization or ideas. Each one creates their own civilization, their own ideas of a world and a system on the earth. And all of the former ones are buried. They either, they buried under volcanoes, they buried under the sands, they buried under the oceans, not to be brought up and used again. The guys don't bring up old former gods' ideas or technologies or civilizations. That's not what gods do. Anything that you find, underground or under the sand or under the water right now is from this God cycle that started 15,000 years ago. There's still 10,000 years left in this God cycle. So this God of this 25,000 year cycle knew that the Caucasian race was being produced, and he was going to interrupt this cycle and be allowed to produce his own world during our cycle based on his own nature and his own ideas. So we buried our own, even though the 25,000 year cycle wasn't up yet, wasn't over. I think it was the 8,000th year, that they came onto the planet. So as the gods, saw and was writing the future for the 25,000 years, they wrote in Yakub that was going to be born in the year 8,400 of our present calendar year of 25,000 year cycle. So in the year 8,400, they wrote that Yakub should be born, and they gave him a predetermined idea to make a new people, a new opposite race called devil or called Adam. So knowing that, the gods began to bury all signs of their technology and engineering and wisdom and civilization under the ocean and under the sands, and what deep underground, miles underground, so where they would never be able to use any ideas from that. But now that their time is up, this devil civilization, then they're being allowed to take a peek at it and discover some of it or whatever. And like the book says, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, before he destroys them, he'll give them a peek into our heavens, into our mind and technology and civilization. And just when they think they rejoicing at it because they've been able to discover it and back engineer this and that and do, they're going to be taken off the planet. Therapy Radio 808, I was brought up as a deacon in the Baptist church, which is Christianity. As a junior deacon, I don't think I'm religious, but spiritual. I go to church like that. I don't go to church like that no more. Yeah, this is the church. The church is your body. The temple, the mosque, the Kaaba, the sacred house is your physical body. We only go to church to fellowship, to be like, a wall, a solid wall, and you You unite, you in unity with other churches, other people, and we come together and combine our will and combine our motive and our intent, combined our study of trying to master self and be righteous and grow into God. It's a God classroom. Church is supposed to be the classroom of God, not the classroom of religion, not the classroom of emotional collection plate or singing and dancing and so-called catching Holy Ghost and all of that's false. You were the church, you the temple, and you the God that's in the temple. You the temple of God, and we supposed to be the God that's in the temple. SD, walaikum salam. I've always wanted to know what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teaching is on what the fate of the followers of the world's major religions will be when the end times come upon us. Well, the end times are upon us. And the fate of the followers of the world's major religions are going to be widespread deletion. According to the Bible, Quran, Torah and all of that, and other writings, and just the knowledge of reality, and knowing that wickedness or blindness and confusion, if we following the wrong thing, especially after the provable correct right thing has been made available to us for 95 years, then anybody that's following the wrong way, that's because they choose to. That's why grace is up, because the right way, the provable right way has been revealed, and the wrong way is what the Bible been saying, that the devil or the dragon has deceived the whole world on the subject of God. So now when the actual God comes, like the book said, and he's going to eliminate the mystery of God should be finished, because he's going to actually reveal that the hidden, the secret knowledge and identity and reality of God, the who, what, where, how, when, why of God. Then anybody that's choosing to follow the major religions or whatever, instead of following the reality of God, the provable reality of God, then they taking themselves out. They choose to go out with the old. That's why the book say, behold, I make all things new, a new heaven and new earth. The renewing of your mind, that means something new got to be coming. Because if the religions of the world is 2 billion Orthodox Muslim, 2 billion Christians, I don't know how many Buddhists and Hindu, or is that new? That ain't nothing new. There ain't no new information coming from there. Mm-hmm. Right. That's what I'm saying. Where two or more gathered, we have church. Yeah, absolutely. Where's one or more gathered, you have church. Church is church, regardless of how many people is in it. If you pass by the church and it's empty, that's still a church. It's still a church. You know what's supposed to go on there. You know the equipment and all that's in there. That's what this is. This is the temple. This is the church. Right? And you don't have to pass no collection plate. What's coming from the dome, what's coming from the, it's supposed to be life-giving. It's supposed to be inspiring. It's supposed to be information that can save and deliver us from whatever we suffering from, meaning knowledge of the sciences of everything in life. Whatever we suffering from, knowledge, not abracadabra prayers. Even though prayer is a science, but if you just freestyle and you don't even know who you praying to, and you don't know the rules and the laws of prayer or willing things into existence, then that's powerless. You're gonna come out of there just as crazy and foolish and ignorant than you went in. But we hear about tapping into the knowledge of the power and the power of our God self and our God temple that houses our God self, and how we supposed to develop it and fully unlock it and exercise it and test it out, experiment with it, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Freely, free thinking, critical thinking. Somebody ain't telling us, oh, you ain't supposed to think that. You ain't supposed to say that. That's blasphemy. God gonna damn your soul if you think that. No, you ain't supposed to read no other doctrine other than Jesus Christ. I'm like, what? Nope, that don't work with me. They used to work, I guess, with the ignorant. They don't work on Muslims, not these Muslims. It ain't nothing that we can't study. There ain't nothing that we scared, no information that we scared of. That's how we getting beat, because people know things and familiar with doctrine and information that we not familiar with. I don't mean I believe in it. You know, y'all with Scientology, and I'll be with whatever if I find something in it that I can prove that's true and good for me. I don't mean I'm a Scientologist, but if that's what they call it, yeah, I'm definitely with that part. Look what it's doing. Look at the results. Look at the benefits and the product. But a white man, okay, well, white man, who made the white man? Well, I'm worried about what the white man has been able to develop or preserve that he got from us. What kind of childish, emotional, racist stuff is you on? We the one taught you who the white race is, and we ain't tripping like that. Why are you tripping like that? You Johnny come lately just now getting mad at the slave master and acting like you got a problem with us because we understand them and we can deal with them, but you can't because you and your feelings. But they did. Look what they did to our people. Yeah, who made them? Who made them and taught them how to do this to our people? You don't want to deal with that. You don't want to talk about the real accountability and holding God accountable. God made devil and let devil do all the stuff that he did to our people. Now what? Is it the Muslims' fault or is the God's fault that made these people and let them tear our ass up? Whose fault is it? The Muslims, because y'all with Scientology, or y'all be doing, agreements with the KKK and the Nazi party? You damn right. You damn right. Ain't that what Solomon did? Didn't Solomon have devils working for him and working with him? He didn't try to convert them. He knew they was devils. He knew what they wanted to do, and he understood how to work with them and how to make them work for him. Just like they was intelligent enough to know how to work with the gods or work with the righteous. They didn't want to be righteous, but they was intelligent. So emotional ninjas is worthless. Emotional ninjas are worthless, or they call them useless eaters. Useless eaters. Goyim. You know what I'm saying? Fertilizer. BS. That's all y'all good for. BS. Bull dung, bull doo-doo, which still has value. It's called fertilizer. I use ninja fertilizer to grow my crops. So your BS got value. Everything got value to the gods. Devils got value. You got value. We got value. So none of y'all emotional accusations and that don't move us. That don't move us at all. Madon, salute. Madon, commit. Therapy radio. I don't down nobody's religion and their beliefs. I do. I do. It's, you're supposed to hurl truth at falsehood. If you know somebody's religion or beliefs are false, why wouldn't you down them? That's still getting into the emotional area. You know what I'm saying? You don't down falsehood. If somebody told you, black people is monkeys and feeble-minded and cursed because they black, you're not going to down that because that's what Christianity taught you. You're not going to down that. People believe that. White people have believed that. Mormons, I think, or whoever, and acted that out on us for 400 and some years. You shouldn't down that religion or belief. That's you scared of people's feelings. I'm down in all that. It ain't what makes you better, because they thought doing niggas like this made them better. It made them the greatest nation on earth, right? Come on now. Mustafa Jacob, my Sunni friend begged to differ when I brought evidence that Allah was a man. Yeah, we can beg to differ. During Ramadan, though, I'm not gonna get into that, but God willing, 8.5 more days, I'll definitely invite all that. Honor roll, salute. Thank you, big honor roll. Have value, man. Have value. And the gods know even valueless people. The gods and the righteous and the angels know that there's even value in what and who we hate. It may be that you dislike a thing while Allah has placed abundant good in it. It may be that you love a thing while it's evil for you, and it may be that you hate a thing while it's good for you. That's just feelings. That's just emotions. Emotions don't really count. Emotions is more of a liability than a asset. I mean, just think about it. Emotions is going to be attached to a necessary thing called pain. Pain is necessary for growth. Pain is necessary for victory over anything, especially in warfare. It's going to involve pain, discomfort. And if we looking at that emotional, then we lost. We're not going to go. We're not going to do what need to be done. Yeah. Therapy radio. What I'm saying is believe what you believe. I don't. Somebody might believe that they got a right to tamper with your little daughter, your little 3-year-old daughter. According to some of the Babylonian Talmud scriptures that I have read, they believe that it's okay to be intimate with your 3-year-old or 4-year-old daughter. Is that cool? Should you just say, okay, that's cool? I ain't got no problem, man. To each his own. For real? To each his own? Nah. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna go on the offense and let you know. Everything ain't cool with me. Everything you believe ain't cool with me. Especially if you might be on public social media and you saying and you trying to present it like it's okay. And I'm still supposed to be quiet. And then my little daughters come across that information and they think it's cool. You just aggressed on my children's mind and brain and ears and eyeballs or whatever, all this Disney stuff. Like, and I ain't supposed to bang and destroy you. I ain't supposed to hurl the truth against that and knock out the brains of that BS. We different. It ain't live and let live with me. I don't believe in that. That's not what I believe in. That's not what Muslims believe in. Yeah. Antoine, just because people believe certain things don't make it right. Yeah, our job is supposed to be lawmen. Like it or not. That's what we get into all that weak stuff when we, as rappers. Well, ain't nobody role model and you can't judge. Only God can judge me like Tupac. Nah, the hell only God can. God is in me. We judge each other every day. Knock it off. We try to use all this religious scriptural stuff when we know we effing up. Judging niggas every day until you do something. Then only God can judge me. Well, guess what? Guess who I believe God is? I don't believe God is in those space. I believe God is right here in my skull. So this God is judging you. This God, I'm not saying I got the right to condemn you because I didn't create you, but I got the right to judge you. That's what the human brain is for. Using good judgment every waking hour of your life, every waking moment of your life. You're supposed to be using judgment. Who taught you that you ain't supposed to judge? Who taught you that? You sure don't believe that when you go to court. You sure don't believe that when your baby mama put you on child support or put a restraining order on you or whatever, or they call 911. So if they can judge, I damn sure can judge. If you can submit to their judgment, you gonna submit to my judgment. That's it. That's just it. That's just it. It don't get no simpler than that. King me, exactly. Wisdom is good judgment. Man, that was beautifully said. Wisdom is the expression of good judgment, experience, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which is judgment, which is judgment. I believe God is in me, in my mind, body, and soul. That's what I'm saying. No, I understand. Yeah, I ain't against you, therapy. I just take the comments and put them in a hypothetical. It don't be against you or no specific person necessarily. It just be good content, and I just be in a passionate. The way you deliver it is gonna seem like I got an issue with you, but I know what you're talking about. Archangel 7, salute. Archangel 7. Brother Cam, what was your first Ramadan experience like? I don't even remember. I think we might have been going out of town. I think we might have, the FOI might have been on a maneuver, a road trip out of town to secure Minister Farrakhan. I don't remember exactly, but when I first came in the nation, I think we were still observing Ramadan in December, in the month of December, per instructions of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because our people were still so influenced and infected by Christmas that we had to have Ramadan in the month of Christmas in December to counteract, that paganism that we still was addicted to and that we loved or whatever. So my first Ramadan experience is in December, you know what I'm saying, during the Christmas season, and me going against the whole paganism, Jeremiah 10 scripture stuff. That's when I even wrote Holiday Madness on my first album. So I was on that energy. I was on that time, just on some banging real hard, like it was a gang. FOI was like a gang, and I had to get corrected on that because that wasn't the energy that of Islam or the FOI. But yeah, I was extra out on one against paganism and against the Christianity religion, the thing that caused me so much torment and confusion growing up. So I had to learn wisdom and patience and tolerance. Mm-hmm. The latest watered down version of Sunni Islam was authored. Well, yeah, I don't want to go in there. Therapy radio, you got to be your own God. You can only be your own God to a certain extent, because you didn't bring yourself here. So we can't go extreme like we are our own God like that. No, we're children. We're babies of the mature God. We're babies of the mature God that is in power over us, a human being that's superior to us and supreme in knowledge, wisdom, understanding, force, and power, that we have to follow, submit to, and obey to grow up into the levels that he exists on. So we're not our own God like that. We only our own God, meaning that we responsible for our own choices. Once we know better, then we responsible for doing better. So if he provided the information, the revelation, the supreme knowledge, wisdom and understanding information, then it's our obligation and our responsibility to feed off of that and then change our actions based on that. But no, we don't pray to ourselves like that. No, we pray to another person that's superior to ourselves, but we also pray to the most high part of ourself. So prayers are different things. Prayers mean different things. There's different types of prayers. So we're not self-guided. You're not self-guided. God is our God. That the one that has mastered all of the sciences of life. It's not us. We ain't mastered nothing. So don't get carried away with that. I'm God. I'm my own God stuff. Therapy radio, Cam. I want to ask about Elijah Muhammad thing with the marriage of a kid. What are you asking? Matter of fact, I won't answer that on the chat. I'll have to. You have to ask me that on the live. Ask me that on the live. I won't answer that. You have to be bold enough. I have to be able to see your face and hear your voice and see what spirit and what energy you really on. Therapy radio for me to answer that, especially during Ramadan. Shy Gans, you ever? I don't know what you about to say. Walaikum salam, J5, salute. J5. Shy Games, my bad. Have you ever come across K Reno out of Texas? Man, K Reno is one of my favorite rappers of all time. K Reno is one of the hardest rappers of all time to me. I'm probably one of the biggest K Reno fans on earth. And yeah, we were supposed to be doing some music together, and just things happen. It's just like me and Tupac were we were scheduled to be doing some stuff together, and things happen. But K Reno is hard, no Disney. K Reno hard. K Reno reminds me of me, like, because he his raps is based on real knowledge of self warrior street business, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm the biggest K Reno fan. Divine Light Therapy Radio, willing to go live with. No, he can go with me live with me right now. It's not an argument because he said, no disrespect. I just wanted to know what the energy was. I just want to. If anybody asks me a question sensitive like that, especially if you asking me during Ramadan, it's gonna be all good. This is the time to ask.
Man, I was gonna get up here, man. This is no disrespect to nobody's religion, but this is something that has been spread around. When they were saying that Elijah Muhammad married a 7-year-old. This is not malicious.
Hold on. Let me stop you. Who said that? Don't say somebody said it. No, let's stop.
No, it ain't somebody.
I'm gonna have to mute you. I don't want to mute you. How old are you, Kennedy? How old are you?
I'm 46.
You're 46. I'm 55, going on 56. I'm almost 10 years older than you, right? So, as a man, as a black man, if you are making claims like that, but you're not providing the source that you got it from, that's female gossip slander. That's what that is.
No, that's not female gossip.
Okay, can you show me the source? Can you show me the source where you got that from?
Hold up. I'll look it up real quick because I remember hearing this when
I don't care what you remember hearing. We don't care what you remember hearing. We talking about data. Give us receipts, and then we can see what we can judge what your I'm gonna hit the little mute button. We can judge what your grade level is for who you choose to listen to.
Hold on.
Who you choose to listen to and who you choose to repeat. We're about to see what your grade level is as a man based on who you repeating. That makes sense?
See, that's attacking me. I'm just telling
that's
you.
That's attacking you. You got to go, brother. You got to go. If you take that as attacking, that's even more female-ish. You calling me attacking you. Got to go. It's Ramadan. Right. The proof is in the pudding, Lance. Proof is in the pudding. Cold game. But it's not beef. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's not arguing. How are you going to make a claim just because you talking about I heard? Grown men don't supposed to ever say, I heard such and such. I heard such and such. Well, you work in a beauty salon? Are you from a beauty salon? That's the only place they do I heard, especially publicly. And that's why I want people to show their face. Show your face so we can see what you look like. We can compare, you know what I'm saying, your mentality and your motives or whatever. So that's not attacking. That's not attacking. If anything, you know, your comment was attacking. Why would you like wow? Why would any adult spread some gossip when you have absolutely no data, absolutely no receipts, no proof, no evidence? All you got is I heard. Come on, man. I lost a lot of respect for you, Tennessee. You said if I have a question about a religion, I ask the question. Are you Tennessee Therapy Radio? That's not a question about religion. Do you not know the difference between religion? Y'all let me know. Am I tripping? I know I'm not. This is rhetorical. You said if I have a question about a religion, what the hell part of a religion say something about gossip about Elijah Muhammad having a 7-year-old, marrying a 7-year-old? That's pure insanity. What religion teach that? What religion say that's allowed? Where do Islam say that you can do that? Whole game out here in these YouTube streets. They still trying to find excuses not to follow the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Absolutely, Darren. And that's why grace is over. See the title right here, Therapy Radio, Tennessee? Say God's grace on our evils is over. We don't even realize that we evil. We don't realize that we even spreading mess and mischief and evil suggestions. Like all the things that we could talk about, if that's what you want to talk about, and then I say, okay, give me your sources, give me the receipts. Do you know how many people? It's millions and millions and millions of people that can get on the internet and say such and such did such and such. Why would I listen to you if you don't have no receipts, you don't have no evidence, you don't have no proof, no data? Why would I listen to you? Why would I not block you if I see that that's your maturity level? If I see that's your great, the grade level of your maturity. Yeah, I already shouted that out after school. Yeah. Rest in peace, George Foreman, great George Foreman. Yeah. Satanic religion. Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know. I'm warning y'all. God's grace on our evil is over. If we this age and we don't know the rules of manhood, we don't know the rules about gossip and slander and evil suggestions in the form of questions. Because if you can ask me a question, that's why I get you on the live, because I'm going to ask you the question. Where did you get that from? Why did you feel the need to even ask that if you can't provide where you got it from? Just anybody tell you anything, you just gonna, like, that's just childish. King me, they be saying that about Prophet Muhammad, but I still don't believe it. Yeah, the point is, if Prophet Muhammad, may Allah be pleased, peace be upon him, was 1400 years ago, and we know books that's written today, like the Bible, 500, 600 years ago, have been thoroughly stepped on and tampered with. Why would we think that the sayings of people that's talking about whatever they talking about 1400 years ago is supposed to be true. When the book that you just wrote, we can go to the news and look at some court documents that's lying on you right now, right? Ain't you been lied on by the system, by the government, the people that types up certain legal documents ain't never lied on you? So why why ask me if you can go do the research yourself? Can you find any 7-year-old wives or however old they would be today? Like, ninjas gonna ninja. Bottom line, ninjas is gonna ninja. Wally 100, peace. Antoine X, that's the worst false accusation you can make against anyone to make them look bad, even though it's a lie, right? So why would you spread that knowing that's just like calling somebody a snitch, right? In street terms, in today's street terms. So I heard your such and such was a snitch. You heard what? Do you know what happened to you face to face? You know what the laws of these streets is if you say something like that? Or I heard your such and such was a child such and such, a child violator. Oh, for real? And then you want to say that publicly? Oh, okay. All right. You pretty bold to challenge God's grace. All right. That ain't had nothing to do with religion. You don't say nothing in, if you 50, if you 40 something, then you can go online and open up the Quran and open up any book of the NOI and see if any of that's in any Islamic book. Call business. Call business. Once I seen this question, I was finna get out of here. Okay, that's a good question. Therapy Radio. Now, hop back on. If that's you, Kennedy. So Kennedy is Therapy Radio. Hop back on with me and ask that question right there. Hop back on and ask that question. There's a StreamYard link. Let's keep it religion. Let's keep it what the book says. Meanwhile, hit the like button, subscribe, share this, get the little likes up a little bit, get the algorithm cracking. Yeah, business owners, I would love to hit that. I would love to share that, but I can't do that right now. I'm on Ramadan. But that is an interesting comment. Business owners, 20 deliveries a day. But I just can't entertain that comment yet. But I'm waiting on Therapy Radio. Kennedy to come back. Why did the prophet marry Aisha at the age of 6? Where does the Quran say she was 6? So, if you don't show up 808 or Kennedy, then I'm gonna get rid of you. Waiting on you. Got 3 minutes. Ahmad Jabril or anybody that want to do the honors, you got 3 minutes. You don't show up. Three minutes. But yeah, God's grace on our evils is over with. And I'm happy to announce that. I'm overjoyed to be able to announce that. Yeah. Ahmad Jabril said they think they can take advantage of Muslims' kindness and patience, especially during Ramadan. And he says, wrong thought. Therapy Radio 808 Tennessee. Ahmad Jabril gonna get you up out of here. You got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. My brother Madan Komet.
Yo, Cam, salute, man. How you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed and blessed to have you, my contributor, my correspondent on these YouTube streets, man. What's on your mind, man? What you got to say about this?
Man, I think it's spot on, man. You can definitely see that the Most High grace is up on the wicked, on our wickedness, man. Just seeing that what's going on around the news, whether it's on a low level or high level, whether they on a high echelon or a low echelon, that grace is definitely up, man. Like, I mean, what's been going on from what I've been seeing, it's like the Most High is using certain people as a whipping stick, and it's that. I mean, they whipping double S around around the nation.
Yeah, man, he got a international belt that he's swinging in.
Yeah, make Pootie Tang look like
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, man,
but yeah, I'm trying to just keep it positive, man. Keep it cheerful, even though even going to war and hurling truth against falsehood is not negative. That's positive. My version of positive might be other people, different to other people, but I still think this is positive. I just don't try to. I don't like to get in no shouting matches and no over talking or get on that energy. I don't mind somebody disagreeing with me and discussing it, but I'm going to expect certain maturity level standards of conduct and standards of communication or whatever, especially if you are bringing up real violation type suggestions like Therapy Radio just did. Was you on when I was speaking with him?
Yeah, I was listening. Yeah, I was listening in, man. And it's sad that how people all this persuasive propaganda that get put out there, we'll just run with it, you know what I mean, and then just just bank on it and feel like we got valid points to even just to bring it up, when I see if we knew the whole truth, and then say, well, but knowing half truth but none of the truth and then speaking on this kind of make yourself look bad.
Tennessee. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. See, that it wasn't malicious. I was asking a question without
and I was asking a question.
And I gave
so you still didn't get the concept. You still don't get the principle of a grown man asking about gossip.
But I get that concept. But like you said earlier, anybody can lie on anybody. I was trying to get to the point. Why would they put that?
No, I don't. Come on, that's what. Why would you even? Why do people lie? Who knows? But why are you repeating it?
I was just asking a question. I'm not Muslim. If you don't know answer to a question, you always ask. So I'm not maliciously being malicious. I'm not asking this being malicious. I'm like, why would they do that on the whole thing of a whole religion?
Why aren't you Muslim? Why aren't you with the nation?
I just don't believe in religion like that. When I was going through church,
okay, well, stop. Does the nation say that they're a religion?
I don't know.
So why would you say that we're a religion when we said that we're not a religion?
I don't know if you're a religion. Is
okay,
Muslim
then why did you say it was religion? Why you say you don't do religion?
What is Muslim? Like, yeah, I really don't know.
Ask that? Why wouldn't you ask that?
I'm asking you.
Okay, and
I
you're
don't
how old?
know.
Hold on. Okay, that's cool. How old are you?
I'm 46.
Are you familiar with
I don't
Malcolm X?
know.
Oh, listen. Have you ever heard of Malcolm X?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Minister
Yeah.
Farrakhan? So you heard of the Nation of
Yeah.
Islam before. Have you ever
What?
seen any Muslim brothers in your life?
Yeah, but
So
I've
why at
never
46
known
years
is it
old, why are,
religion. But look,
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Why at 46 years old are you just now asking me? Go ahead.
because I always get the same answer.
What is the answer then? You said you
That's what I'm asking
you
you.
said
When
you
I
didn't
asked
know.
them, they replied the same way. I'm like, what is it?
So why did you say that it's the religion? Like if I ask you why you not with the nation, you say you don't do religion. Why are you saying that we are religion when everybody you asked told you that the Nation of Islam wasn't religion?
They never said they wasn't or wasn't. Nobody gave me an answer. That's why I'm asking
Nobody gave
you.
you an answer.
Yeah,
Nobody
I'm
gave you an
telling
answer.
you dead serious. No. I'm looking you dead in your eyes. They gave the response you gave,
And what's the
but
response
they
I gave?
never said,
What's the response I
have
gave?
you ever heard of this person, this person? Are these people that?
That's
And
not what I
they gave
said.
the same kind
I
of
said
response.
I
I'm
said you.
asking, what is?
I said that nobody in the nation has ever said that the Nation of Islam was a religion. That's what I
No,
said,
they
right?
didn't.
No,
Yeah, that's what
listen to
I
me,
was.
bro. Listen to me. Listen, just stop talking.
Okay.
You clearly don't listen for comprehension's sake.
Oh, hold on.
Nobody in the
I
nation,
chill out.
nobody in the nation has ever told you, the leaders of the nation, the Minister Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, has never said that Islam for us or the Nation of Islam is religion. So how can you claim you familiar with all of them and you ain't never heard that part?
I didn't say y'all religion. I said I don't agree with religion. I asked,
Okay,
what
well,
is it?
so why would you say that if I asked you why you not with the nation and you said because you don't agree with religion? What that got to do with us?
No, but see, that's what I'm telling you. I said nobody said it was a religion. I say I
Why
don't
aren't
agree
you
with
with the
religion.
nation?
I didn't
Why aren't
say
you with the
you
nation?
were a religion. I
Why
asked
aren't you with
what
the
was
nation?
Islam.
Why aren't you with the
I
nation?
don't understand it. I don't understand it.
So somebody's supposed to put you on their lap and put a spoon in your mouth and make you understand it? If you
How
want to
understand
understand
something
anything in life as a
nobody's
grown
telling me?
man,
It's the same thing.
if you want to understand anything in life as a grown man, what are you supposed to do as a grown man?
Oh man, I'm not gonna follow it. Like everything you're saying as far as Islam, as far as I can understand it, is me being a grown man. I don't follow nobody. You're supposed to follow your
So
intellect, your
do you
heart,
make
your
money?
mind, your body, soul.
Are you homeless? Are you homeless? Do you make money?
Of course.
Did somebody bring you the money or do you go learn how to make it?
I learned.
Okay, well, what's the difference with this? You didn't know about how to make money. You had to go learn it, right? As a man, right?
Exactly.
So why you won't go learn this?
Okay, I get it. I get it now. I get it now. Enough
What is
said.
another man responsible for doing for you?
Dog, that's just any man walking supposed to know that. That's my
Why
point.
you don't know this? You said you knew about Malcolm X. You said you knew about Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan, and Muhammad Ali. Why you don't know about what they was talking about, what they was fighting for? You black, right?
Man, when I walk up in them child support cards, I'm black and I understood.
Yeah, you just talking. Deuces. So that's what I try to avoid, just people that want to just argue for the sake of arguing. It's entertaining, but it's not for me right now because that's not the energy that I'm on. But at least you see, I give you time. I give you time to hang yourself. I give you time to prove that I shouldn't be talking to you no more. Because, you familiar and grace is over with. God's grace on our weakness and evils is over with. So we'll see if that's true or not. It's just me talking. We'll see if if the God is actually going to back it up. But I'm not going to entertain it no more. I'm not going to entertain it. Darren says, if our people don't know by now the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, whatever questions that are negative is malicious. Yeah, I ain't gonna say our people, but our people that's that age. If you're in your 40s, then and you familiar enough to spread gossip about the nation or about leaders of the nation, then you had enough time to go research the receipts for yourself. Bottom line, anything else is just female talking and just wanting attention or something. So we ain't doing no more of that. Madon, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, man. I think it go to show that how the news outlets and things like that has painted, have gave our people of a false idea of what the nation is, because I've heard different news outlets label the Nation of Islam a religion. But when I look at it, you can clearly see it says nation. You know what I'm saying? Nation of Islam, not religion of Islam or something like that. So,
well, the word Islam is what they focusing on. So that's what that's what the word that we've been clearing for the last 95 years. Islam is not religion. Islam just means submission. Submission. It means truth and submission. And it also means mathematics, meaning provable truth. You can always prove it. So if somebody brings you some slander or some gossip or evil suggestion, you should prove it before you mention it. Bring some receipts, bring some witnesses, bring something. If you're not intelligent enough or not mature or not civilized enough to know what you're supposed to do with another civilized grown man, a serious nation, a military line organization, then you a liability to your own people. You a liability to yourself and your own family, because you're gonna get yourself in something that, or whoever's around you in something that you can't get out of. That's reckless. You know what I'm saying? That's not an asset whatsoever.
Yeah, that's real. And I think a lot of our people fell for the okie doke, because you got a lot of black people out here that be like, yeah, the Nation of Islam, they fall in the Arab religion. They fall in the Arabs of Islam. You hear a lot of that rhetoric coming from black people.
Right. And I would ask them, what's your original language? You know what I'm saying? Not you, but anybody that say that. So you think ninjas always spoke English, right? So, England is in Europe, right? Southeast Europe or something like that. So you speak English and you proud to speak English instead of Arabic. You think Arabic is a white person's religion? I mean, the white person's language. The definition of Semitic, like anti-Semitic, means Afro-Asiatic languages. Arabic is an Afro-Asiatic language. It's not a European English language. We don't follow white Arabs. We follow black Arabs. The original Arabs are black. Arabic, the Semitic language, was created by black people. So what do you mean? Like, y'all follow Arabs. Like, what you mean? What Arabs? You mean the black Arabs or the white Arabs? What do you think Arabs mean? Arabs don't mean a race. It's just like you follow Americans, huh? So I like just breaking down the receipts.
Yeah, that's real, man. You know, that propaganda is heavy on our people. You know, when you pose questions like you just said, what language were we speaking before English? You know, it's automatically I don't know mode. You know, it's like, well, how can you say that Arab wasn't one of them? You know,
Right. You know, that's just excuses, weak excuses for not wanting to submit to a authority, military line organization. It's like my man just said, I don't follow no man or whatever. Like, oh, okay, you follow a man, you definitely following a man.
Yeah, man. A lot of people crack me up with that. You know, yeah, that's a funny one, man.
Yeah, man.
For real, but yeah, it's. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it just tripped me out, man. Like a lot of people, you know, they get caught up in the lie that, like, you know, we had no culture, we had no civilization pre-slavery. You know, like one of the brothers said, they just think we were just swinging in the trees, screaming ooga booga. You know.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna straighten our people up? Like, that's why I be asking, like, person that, like, how old are you? How old are you? Are you familiar with this people? Are you familiar with the nation? Are you familiar with this leader, that leader, or whatever of the nation? Because if you this age and you familiar with them people and you not with them and you not knowledgeable of them, and you probably still doing whatever weaknesses or vices or whatever, like, what do you think, Madon, is that it's going to take to make our people act right, or follow what they supposed to be following? What do you think is going to take?
I think it's going to take the white man coming down with great wrath, like he's been doing, and increasingly doing as of lately. I think that's what that whipping stick, so to speak, is going to. I think that's what it's going to take. The Most High using the Europeans to straighten us out till we get to the point to where we conform to our real selves.
Right. There's a thing called law, and there's a thing called law enforcement. The devil and the ruler of this particular world system, called the devil, they have law and law enforcement. They have executions. They have capital punishment. And so do God. So do the righteous. Right. There's a certain thing called the wrath of God, or the Armageddon, or the war of whatever, holy war, jihad. It's all kind of different names for it. But it's to wipe out, is to get rid of the weak and the wicked. Nature does that. Right? It's called survival of the fittest. It's not even religion, right? It ain't got nothing to do with no religion. It got to do with the laws of nature. Only the strong survive. Strong means power. Knowledge is power. If you don't have knowledge and you get on here asking gossip questions, that's not knowledge. That's not power. That's weak. That's weakness, right? So nature takes its own trash out. You know what I'm saying? Fall, when autumn comes and leaves fall off, it ain't some animals that's raking up the leaves and shit. The leaves, God knows how to dissolve the trash into the earth, and it becomes compost or fertilizer or food for the new life. So that's all,
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's what I think it's going to take, man. It's going to take a little bit of that to, and I think a lot of stuff that's been going on within this past week with a lot of the brothers. I know pretty much people know what I'm talking about. That's, hey, man, it show you, man, that you got to tread lightly.
I mean, everybody can do what they choose. I'm just letting people know what time it is and what season it is. We have entered into the reaper season. This is the harvest. This is the reaper season. So whatever we've been sowing, now we're about to reap, and what we let come out of our mouth is proof of it, and it's the receipts that we need. So that's why I like people to say whatever they feel, say whatever they choose to say, and we deal with it according to what they say.
Hey, that's real, man. I just hope some of the stuff that's transpired over the last week or two is I hope it give a wake up call to a lot of the YNs, the young ninjas. You know what I mean? To hey man, you better get on the right side.
Right. Yeah, that's really who we should really be going after, because people my age, they clearly set in their ways, and we already got to kind of know what's going to happen with that. I'm more attractive to youngsters anyway, or people that's my age that do deal with the youth. You know what I mean? So I love the youth, and the youth love me because I don't be having these excuses. I don't move or sound like an old man. I don't move or sound like I'm out of touch. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a weed head. I don't pop drugs. Like, what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. I'm a real, sober, healthy rider, soldier. Like, what I'm saying, that they respect, that they can relate to. So, and I got a lot of respect by God's permission with soldiers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really been able to get a bag, but I got respect. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I hear echo on your own.
My
bad. Yeah, but yeah, man, everything is content, I guess, on YouTube. This is YouTube, so may as well make it entertaining. Everything can be content, but just I like cutting to the chase. I don't like wasting, spending too much energy and too much time on something that's already been established. So that's why God's grace on our evils is over with. God's grace on our weaknesses is over with. God's grace on our ignorance is over with. Because if we ignorant today at 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, it's because we choose to be ignorant. We choose to ignore. That's what ignorant means. Ignore. You choose to ignore the necessary or requisite knowledge and information and data. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're right though, man. It's time out to be blind to the facts that you clearly see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you.
Yeah, I like hearing the excuses though. I like hearing the excuses. I don't like the excuses, but I like exposing the excuses, because that's what shows how weak we really are. The excuses we use, the excuses that we come up with. Okay, are you familiar with this? You familiar with that? Okay, why you ain't with this? Why you ain't with that? Because okay, well, it's a super weak excuse. I've been with it. I've been with it for 35 years. What did I know at 20 years old that y'all don't seem to know how to get the information at 40 something? I'm from the LA streets. I'm from the streets of LA and Compton, Watson, Compton. How did I know how to go get the information? How did I know the value of the information in the most murder capital, gangbang capital of the United States, probably the world at that time? And I knew how to go get it. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I guess it goes back to what you said. How people reject knowledge.
Yeah, and you got the right to do that. I just want to hear your excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't work on me. Your excuse don't work. I just want to hear it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. Because some of our people can come up with some of the most amazing excuses, And you're right. It's good to hear that excuse.
Man, that's what I'm looking to shoot down. Your excuses like them little pull, boom. That's what I do to excuses. King me say I grew up in Firestones. Yeah, for sure. East side, yeah. Firestone. And Firestone sheriffs used to be notorious. Yeah, I was born in White Memorial Hospital, East LA, Boyle Heights. I didn't grow up there, but that's where I was born at. Yeah, salute King me. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I like to do because that's what's making us look bad. Khadijah, thank you, Khadijah. Shabazz for the Cash App. Wa alaikum salam. Thank you and blessed Ramadan Mubarak to you and your family. Thank you. Your support is greatly appreciated and loved. Thank you, sis. But yeah, I just like hearing the excuses so we can put that up as an example of what not to do. That's the weakest thing. This is what black women justify their rebellion against us because of that.
Mm.
We be hearing the most ridiculous non-accountability excuses from our black women because of that. They reflecting our weak excuses. They justify because we doing stuff like that. We saying stuff. We taking positions like that.
Yeah, that's so
the
true.
Same time and energy that we talking, you could be spent online actually getting the information like I did. It's the same 24 hours in a day. Since for the last 35 years, we all had the same 24 hours in a day. This is what I chose to do with my 24 hours. What did you choose to do with your 24 hours that you don't know what I know? I ain't got no college degree, Grant. I didn't learn what I learned from no college or university. Mm. I didn't get my respect from the white man and his institutions. So what did I choose to do with my 24 hours as a poor, sickly, traumatized little LA hardhead that you didn't choose to do with yours? Was your war zone, was your trauma, was your hell worse than mine? So when you say, no, it was too bad, it was, my life was there was too much drama in my life as a child, more than mine's? Excuses is a mug, ain't they?
Yeah, man. Some of our people, they got more excuses than a principal office,
King me said I used to be talking to Brother Ruben before your first album came out. Oh yeah. That's who turned me on to the nation. My big brother Ruben Muhammad. Yeah. So yeah, we got the receipts. We was the most poorest, sad case. Like, people used to cry for us, like, what I'm saying? Cry for my family because we was so sad and poor, and my little siblings was dying at an early age and all of that. Like, people used to look at us and just break out crying. Their hearts would be breaking. Like, we didn't even know. Like, I didn't know I was in hell. I thought this was regular. Shit.
Hey, that's real. For sure.
Man, but yeah, and that's everybody. So not saying that we don't got unique traumas that can really paralyze us more than others, but how long it take? Grace, to say God's grace is over with. How long do it take? Take 30 years? How long do it take? If you familiar, especially if you're a male, you familiar with tough Malcolm X or tough Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? I'm the greatest of all time. That can't no ninja our age of our generation claim they don't know what Elijah Muhammad or Muhammad Ali was on. You a lie. You're lying. You just heard the gossip, and you loved that fact that it was some smut or some slander or some gossip that gave you an excuse to say, I ain't with that. Yeah, that sounds scandalous to me. Yeah, Malcolm X said this, and Malcolm X. Oh, okay. So you just go off of gossip then. Mm-hmm. You are in a beauty shop. You do belong in a beauty shop. Because men go get the receipts. Men go get the paperwork. Men don't do that. We go get the paperwork. We don't spread no smut. You don't repeat no smut. That's female business.
Mm-hmm. That's real, man. Because I know growing up, I heard a lot of negative about the nation. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't accept it. I just heard what people were saying, and I heard some rappers on different records saying, somebody trying to tell me what Farrakhan said. I think it was 8 Ball or somebody like that. I don't know if he was being negative, but I remember that from back in the day. But I remember it was a lot of negative towards the nation as I was growing up. But as I became a man on my own, I studied and I researched, and I said, nah, man, this is right and exact.
And just imagine, I'm not prior to 75, so I wasn't, active in the nation, in the mosque when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was among us. But I was active from 1990 all the way to now. So just imagine when the height of gang banging and dope dealing and COINTELPRO and all that type of stuff for our generation. Just imagine what we had to go through. Compton FOI, Compton Mosque 54 FOI. Imagine the demos, us being fresh out the streets and street dudes and having to be in the streets, you know what I'm saying, on some, gang truce or conflict resolution, peace treaty type stuff. Just imagine the stuff we had to go through. Just imagine the demos we had to put down, the respect that had to get established, that we don't get on no internet and be talking about no incidents and no, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you never heard no Muslims really talk about no incidents, have you? Other than maybe Elijah Muhammad or Malcolm X when the police ran up, in the mosque here or there and shot up them, but you don't hear no Muslims talking. Why is that? You don't hear no NOI, FOI talking. You hear other people talking. Man, I've seen these Muslims did this to such and such. These Muslims, niggas rolled up on these Muslims the wrong way. You don't hear the Muslims saying nothing.
No, you don't, man. It goes to show the level of discipline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So imagine people that's talking bad about Muslims. Like, oh, okay. All right. Who told you that? That's what I want to know. Who told you that?
Yeah, that's real. Cause most people I see that talk down on the nation, they have no structure or no real foundation to stand on. You know what I mean? They're just out here willy-nilly.
Right. And you don't even have to be in the mosque or the nation. It's, some of the most vicious, craziest followers and lovers of Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan is never ain't in the mosque. Ain't never stepped foot in the mosque. Them the ones that be like, man, I'm just out here doing my thing, but let me know when it's time to slide. We love Farrakhan. We just out here, we dirty, we doing what we doing, you know what I'm saying? But when it's up, we just call us. And they have proved that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to be in the mosque to be with Farrakhan or be with the NOI. They just know that, like, nigga, when in Rome, we on the front line. We dealing with different type of enemies, and we just what we into right now. But them be the man, them the ones gonna do you. Them the ones that do you. We got discipline. The ones that's actually in the mosque, that's following certain orders or instructions of Farrakhan. He telling us hands off. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. But he ain't got that direct communication on his other followers. Them the ones that's gonna have a problem with you.
Hey, that's real. For real.
Yeah. But yeah, Elijah Muhammad said that the best of my followers is in the street. So that can mean two different things. It can mean that the best of my followers haven't came into the mosque yet, or it could be the best of my followers is in the streets with the people that haven't came into the mosque yet. It can mean both.
Yeah.
But the bottom line, though, is the best of them is in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So street soldiers, street warriors, that's the real army of God. That is literally the arm, the physical flesh and blood army, standing army of God. If you've seen Million Man March 1995, you've seen 2 million, a standing army of 2 million black men of North America. That's a standing army that came to put their life on the line at Farrakhan's call. They wasn't NOI Muslims. Why would they participate in something like that? Why would they leave off of work and pay their own way and catch buses and like Mecca, like they was going to pilgrimage, Mecca, Arabia, to put their life on the line, thinking that we gonna get free, or we gonna die or get free right here this day. They didn't know what the end result of that was. We thought we was finna go shed whatever, fluid need to be shed. It turned out to be a beautiful demonstration, a historic fulfillment of Bible prophecy, because it was the holy day of atonement. So Minister Farrakhan let them know and let us know that this is for atoning. This is the black man to atone to God and atone to each other and atone to our women. That's in the Bible. And that was the most peaceful, most clean, no trash, no nothing, no drama whatsoever. 2 million black men from all hoods, all gangs, all penitentiaries, all jails, all walks of life, of descendants of slaves. You don't think that God is with that? That God was behind that? You looking for a reason to say Farrakhan did what? Farrakhan had Malcolm X killed. Oh, who told you that? Because he already said, he on tape, on video, years and years saying his position on it. And he stand on business. And we stand on everything he said. That don't mean that the nation touched him. The nation definitely wanted to touch him. But the leader of the nation said, hands off Farrakhan. Elijah Muhammad. That's also on tape, various tapes on YouTube. So if you know anything about the discipline and the history of the FOI, while the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was here, you don't disobey him. So if somebody disobeyed him, that was COINTELPRO. You're not with him. You can say you with him, or you might think you was with him. If he sat Malcolm down and silenced Malcolm over just what he said about JFK, what the hell you think his position is on somebody? He said hands off of, he gave everybody orders, instructions, hands off of Malcolm, and then you claim you with him and you do something to Malcolm? What's your position with Elijah Muhammad? He sat down his number one top minister for the world to see because of what he said against the death of JFK. So you don't think he was aware that the same enemy is COINTELPRO is looking for a way or a reason to pin Malcolm's death on the nation? But ninjas gonna ninja. So if you want to play that way, then we're going to play. We're going to play ball all the way. And you don't want to play for keeps. But yeah, so Farrakhan, you know about Farrakhan. You know more about Farrakhan than you know about Malcolm. You wasn't alive when Malcolm was here. You just seen the white man's news clips and Spike Lee movie. You seen Farrakhan do it in real life, in real time. You or one of your people went to Washington, D.C. You or one of your people went to the Million Man March and then seen the positive effect for the next 10 years straight. So why you ain't with him? Not saying that why you ain't in the mosque, why you just ain't with him?
What did you think about that movie about what that Spike Lee put out?
Trash, pop propaganda by small hats. Just like any movie that you see about the nation ain't get consulted. It wasn't no nation consultants. There wasn't no actual nation members in the movie. How you gonna make a movie about my family and you don't talk to no members of my family, or you don't put no members of my family in the movie and it's about me?
Dang, see, I didn't know that. That's wow, man. Wow.
That's truth. That's the truth.
Yeah. See, I never knew that. Because I thought a lot of stuff in that movie was disrespectful. Like they had Malcolm with the perm, put his head in the toilet water. I'm like, yo, why would they? I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it was trash. Yeah.
That's Hollywood. That's highly weird. Yeah. But even with that, you didn't hear, or you didn't hear about nobody putting hands on Spike Lee.
That's a fact.
Right?
Yeah. Yo, that's so true, man.
So why you ain't with the nation? You rather be with Spike Lee than with the nation. You'd rather be with Spike Lee than with Farrakhan. You'd rather be with Fauci and Biden than Farrakhan. You need to stay right where you at. Whatever excuses that you have from not being with Farrakhan, you need to stay there. Because if you coming with excuses, you need to stay there.
Most definitely.
Because we don't need you. You need Farrakhan. Farrakhan don't need you. Farrakhan wants you. God wants us. Allah wants us. He don't need us. He already got enough to start a new world. America was started with a few dregs of England, few reject exile criminals, and they came over here and created through their wickedness, the greatest nation in the last 6,000 years, with a handful of cave people from Europe. What you think God can do with this small number that's in the nation of Islam? He don't need you. You need him.
Yeah, man. I guess that it proves that many are called, but few are chosen.
Well, no. Many is called and many is chosen. Many don't accept the choice, the choosing. All of us is called and all of us is chosen. We are the chosen people of God. We just don't choose God. We reject. He don't reject us. We reject him.
Yeah, that's so true, man. That is so true.
Yeah. So we got every excuse why we don't choose him. So stick with your excuse. Stay there. Ain't no biggie. But you talk to me and try to run an excuse on me publicly, I'm going to air you out. You can call it an attack if you want. I think you're attacking my leader. I think you're attacking this nation. I think you're attacking your own self by putting up excuses about why you not join on to your own kind. I think you're attacking us. I think you're the problem. That's what I think. I got the right to think that, right? And this is my show, my platform. So who gonna shut me up?
Hey, that's a fact. I think you said something real important earlier, man, when I was listening in. You told somebody that we are judges. We do judge. Pac was kind of wrong when he said only God can judge me. No, we can judge. And
right.
That makes the most sense.
That's what the Quran and the Bible say. You shall judge among the gods. And the Quran say, judge by what Allah revealed in the gospel and in the Quran and in the Torah. We are sent as judges. We are raised to be judges, to be lawmen. That's all a judge is. A lawman that enforces the law. If you enforce the law, that means you have to judge. Like, well, man, I'm gonna have to chastise you this way. Are you a thief? I'm gonna have to cut your hand off. You being judged.
Yeah, that's real, man. Because coming up in the South, man, I heard a lot of black women. Well, I don't judge nobody. We don't supposed to judge nobody. God said this, and I heard a lot of that weak milk toast sort of talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just fake fig leaf justifications for them to be able to do their dirt, and nobody else can hold them accountable. Like they want to say, well, you doing it too, so you ain't got the right to judge me. No, that's the burden of authority. Sorry. Just because I might be guilty of the same thing you guilty of, I'm still gonna chastise you or punish you for it or execute judgment on you for it. Because I went to law school, you didn't. I went to security guard school. I got my guard license. I got my gun permit. You didn't. That's how it works. That's the law of reality.
Yeah, and just like you said, when they walk in the Slick Willie courtroom, they don't tell the judge, hey, don't you judge my boy over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like we don't got the right to execute, to do a capital punishment on people that deserve that. Ain't nothing wrong when the white man do it. He gonna put you on that gurney and that lethal injection, or I think Trump will open up firing squads again or something like that. Yeah. But that's okay. The Lord called him home. You know what I'm saying? The Lord Jesus got him or whatever. But let a nigga do it. He the biggest monster. We can't never forgive him, and it's a war and a feud with them forever. And shut up.
You ain't lying, because he give you basketball score numbers, 120 years, 123. Right.
And the judge got a black robe, knowing good and well that represents the black man's natural authority and judgment. But so yeah, I don't, I'm not scared by no Bible blasphemy. Thou shall not judge. No, thou shalt judge. It's just a standard that, however you judge others, you're going to be judged according to how you judge others. You still supposed to judge. My judgment can be merciful. My judgment can be lenient. My judgment can be zero tolerance. Whatever it is, I got to expect that I'm going to get judged the same way. That's all. But that's already how I live. I already treat people the way that I want to be treated.
Yeah, that's real.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, you're right, because to me, like, when I hear the scriptures talk about have discernment, to me, that's a part of judgment. When it says a man look forward into his going, to me, that's a form of judging. You judging how you going. What's up?
No, absolutely. If it say prove all things, right? Study to show yourself approved, but then prove all things and then hold fast and firm to that which is proven to be true and good. That's judging.
Facts.
Right? How can it be a law of Moses if you ain't judging? Right? What's the law for adultery? What's the law for stealing? What's the law for this? That you got to have judges to enforce that.
Yeah, you got to.
I think it's a whole book. Ain't it a whole book of the Bible?
The same thing. You got the whole book of Judges.
Yeah. Whole book called Judges and talking about we ain't supposed to judge. Damn.
Golly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, King, he said, yep, Musa created the position of the judge for the children of Israel in the Bible. In the Bible. That's what it is. We just don't want to be held accountable. That's why we're looking for any little doctrine that won't hold us accountable. That can say, no, you can't judge me. You can't judge me. You ain't qualified to judge. My daddy don't even talk to me like that. Well, I ain't your daddy. I'm a judge. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm glad I'm not your daddy because I can judge you even more more calculated. My feelings ain't involved. Because you're not supposed to judge with feelings. You're supposed to judge with the scales of justice. So I judge. Let it be known. Like I judge. So don't come over here thinking you're not going to get judged by what you say or what you do. I'm going to judge you. And then I'm going to make known my judgment of you. And then they say, well, you attacking me or you disrespect. All right, whatever, call it what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's just my assessment, which is judging. This is my diagnosis, which is judging. This is my judgment. You call it opinion, you call it whatever. It's judgment.
Yeah, and they come in judging, you know. Hey, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad with a 6-year-old and they come in judging.
Right. Well, that's worse than judging. That's that's slander.
Right.
That's slander because you ain't got no proof. Like actually bring something that he agreed that he confessed to. Don't bring nothing that he never confessed to.
Yeah, that's definitely defamation. You're right on that.
Yeah, that's way worse than judging. Nate the Greatest, salute. Walaikum salam. Excuse me. Yeah, man. God's grace is over, and I'm loving it. I mean, it sounds like I know I ain't gonna love it once I see the real horror. Once I see my people really going through the horror that they've been sheltered and shielded from all of their life, and they don't believe that horror, karma, whatever, reaping what they sowed was ever gonna come back on them, and it is. This is the season. If we live this long, then this is the season that we about to see it. And we're seeing it. We ain't about to. We have already begun seeing it hit us like it never hit us before. SD, Brother Kim, how does the teachings of the NOI view the 10 Commandments? Does Islam have something similar? No, we follow the 10 Commandments. The nation Islam believes in all of the prophets of God, all of the books. So we follow the Torah, we follow the Old Testament, we follow the New Testament, and we follow the Quran. The Quran is just a verifier of what's in the Old Testament and the New Testament, but it was revealed to correct the tamperings that was done to both of those books. So they got tampered with, and the Quran was revealed to expose and correct the parts that was tampered with. Any part that the Quran don't mention means it agrees with the Bible or the Torah. These ain't two different faiths or two different gods. No, this is the verification of the 10 Commandments and everything that's in the book. No, it ain't something different. We believe in all of the prophets of God. We believe in Moses, Abraham, Noah, David, Solomon, all of that.
So why do you think some people believe that the Quran came out the Bible?
The Quran came out of the Bible?
Yeah, I hear some people saying, the Bible. I mean, the Bible was first, and then the Quran was basically just a version of the Bible that somebody produced or something. I hear a lot of brothers saying that.
Well, it kind of was. It wasn't that somebody produced. It was, like I said, that God had to reveal, because the former books, the Torah, the so-called Old Testament and the so-called New Testament, got tampered with. So the Quran was revealed to correct the tampering. And it was sent to a nation that never received a messenger of their own. So the people of Arabia, Middle East, like that part of the world, didn't receive a messenger for 1400. I mean, well, a great messenger with new revelation for however many years. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 700 years, 600 years, or something like that from the New Testament to the Quran. So the devils have plenty of centuries to contaminate and tamper with the Bible, the books, And you know about Constantine and the First Council of Nicaea and all of the paganism, you know, poisoning of God's scriptures and taking this book out and adding this and taking this out and adding this paganism and these false concepts or whatever. So the Quran was revealed to correct that. So the Bible, the Quran is not a book that's claiming to be something other than what was revealed in the Quran. In the Bible, the Torah. The Quran is a verification of the Torah and the gospel.
I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Jim, excellent question. For anybody that's familiar with Melchizedek in the Bible, Melchizedek is said that he was the Ancient of Days, no mother or no father, no beginning or ending, something like that. And he was so great that the patriarch Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek. So who was Melchizedek, right, of that time? So that's just like saying who was Master Fard Muhammad of this time. The history of the circle of the gods, or the 24 elders, the Bible calls them the 24 elders. Those are the circle of gods. That's the circle of Allah, human beings who secretly possess the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and power over creation, over the forces of nature, that keep the secrets of the knowledge of creation, life and death. So Melchizedek apparently was one of those gods from that circle that made himself known to Abraham, just like we taught that Jethro, which was Moses's father-in-law, was also one of those gods. So Melchizedek, growing up, he prayed to whoever was in power, whoever was the supreme God. You know what I'm saying? And I love getting into that subject of prayer, because a lot of people be acting like they don't pray to nobody but they self. When prayer means physical, mental, literal mental and verbal communication to a person, not a spirit, not a spook, not a ghost, not a mystery force. Prayer is to a person. You claim it's a he. You claim you're praying to the Father, a he, a man. The Bible says it's a man of war. You don't ever pray to a she. You never pray to a it. You know how to say, I pray to a he. So the same way that you pray to Jesus, who was you praying to before Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Who was Abraham praying to before Melchizedek? Who was, everybody prays to somebody until they become a master themselves. Then people pray to them. If we look up the definition of pray, matter of fact, let me do that real quick, and then I get up off of here. That's an excellent way to segue to get off. I'm gonna share this screen, but I just want to go to etymology.com, even though they've been moving the goalposts with their goofy little definitions. Prayer. It says right here, prayer means an earnest request. Earnest request. Entreaty, petition, a petition, also the practicing of praying or communing with God. Praying means an earnest request. So let's just highlight that. Down here it says obtained by prayer, given as a favor. Down here from mid 1400 it says devout petition to God or a God or other object of worship. Right? So that's the 14th century definition, but the 13th, the earliest definition, is an earnest request. Let's look up what earnest means. Damn, my bad. Ernest is a dude first name, but let me see. Ernest. Is that the right spelling? Ernest. Serious or grave in speech. Earnest mean, oh, that's, yeah. Zealous or serious. So a zealous or a serious request. That's all prayer is. A serious request. To ask earnestly, to ask seriously. That's all prayer means. So Melchizedek, he prayed to his mama, he prayed to his daddy, you know what I'm saying? Whoever he thought had the answers or the solutions to his questions or his problems is who he seriously, earnestly asked or requested whatever he requested from. All of us pray to our parents before we learn who the supreme God or whatever is. So praying ain't nothing supernatural, spooky, or ghost-like. That's not what prayer is. Prayer just means a serious request from somebody that you recognize as somebody that can answer that request. That's all prayer means.
So does that kind of go into when the scripture says, honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be longer, something to that effect?
No, I don't think honor means request. Honor means that you revering them for having provided that service when you didn't know better. You know, they kept you alive. They did answer your questions. They did solve your problems to the best of their ability to get you to the point where you could do it for yourself. But you're not asking them for, you're not praying to your parents, because now your parents, if they was good parents, they let you know the reality of an actual human being that is God, that is the master of all of the sciences of everything in life. And our parents should have taught us that God was a human being, not that God was some spook space ghost that you only can see if you die. You know what I'm saying?
Space Ghost, man. I remember that. Yeah, that's funny.
Right. Jim said, did Melchizedek have parents like an umbilical cord? Absolutely. Absolutely. Melchizedek was not the originator of the heavens and the earth. Melchizedek's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding represented the originator of the heavens and the earth, but he had a physical mother and father. Just like the Quran said, Allah neither begets nor is Allah begotten. It don't mean that this body don't beget. It means the mastery, the level of mastery, the mastery of the sciences of everything in life. Mastery don't have a mother or a father. You can't inherit mastery, is what I mean. You can't beget mastery. Mastery can only be attained or achieved through individual striving and work and discipline and study and all of that.
Yeah,
so
I heard.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying, so Melchizedek had physical parents, but his physical parents couldn't make him a god, a master. Some other god had to make him a god.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, from my research and studying, I don't know how true it is, but some of the scholars I've listened to throughout the years, some say that Melchizedek was Shem, and I guess from when I was studying, they was basically basing it on the age of Shem and the area he was in. But how true it is, I don't know.
Yeah, so no God individual body lives forever. The originator is the one who set up and established the law of death, physical death. No individual body lives forever. Period. That's just the law. That is the law that the originator set in motion. Now, the perfection of the originator, the perfected knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the originator in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, if he chose to produce or establish a new law that an individual could live forever, then that's possible. That's possible. But, you know, that's that kind of talk that, you know, I can't go into it because I can't, you know, entertain certain things that'll make us want to hold on to unreasonable ideas and hoping unreasonable, and, you know, set ourselves up for some spiritual and mental trauma and heartbreak, you know, when one of your loved ones do die and you know, well, I thought you could stop it, Master. Yeah, I can stop it, but if you don't even know what the purpose of death is in the first place, you know, how do we know what death even is? You know what I'm saying? So that's just our ignorance and our childish and emotionalism that we'll crash out. We'll mess around and trick off our own soul and salvation because of our emotional immaturity, our ignorance. So that's a real touchy subject, but it's a subject that we're going to have to get into because death is going to be very frequent. Death of our loved ones, death of people in our household is about to be very frequent, where it'll either drive you crazy, meaning it's drive you all the way into hell and trauma, or it's going to drive you to your God self, forcing you and me to rise above emotional reactions into the thinking and the wisdom and the purpose of God, the purpose of life and death, why he created death in the first place. What is death? You know, what is physical death versus what is mental or soul death? That's two different types of death. So, Divine Light say, before leaving the chat, y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, even if you don't like the subject, even if you don't like my take on these things. At least hit it. I appreciate y'all listening. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like it. You don't have to believe nothing I say. But we are accomplishing something just by sharing this information, just for you to have some alternative ideas that's in your favor, that promotes your own divinity, that promotes your own godhood, your own God power in your lifetime that you can tap into and access while you're alive. We don't have to wait till we die to see no God. All that old, no man can see God and live. That's BS. BS. That's pure lies. We see God every day. Right? When you see me, you see the Father, right? We made in his image and after his likeness. Who taught us that foolishness that no man can see God and live? The Bible don't even say that. Jacob and other people say, I wrestled with God and I seen God, and not only did I live, my life was preserved. The Bible says you seen God and my life was preserved. I seen him face to face.
Man.
Jim say, Emmanuel remind me of Melchizedek. Is there a parallel despite the differences in the time? Yeah, absolutely. Those are very scientifically intelligent questions, Jim, and I appreciate them questions because there's absolutely a connection between that. A lot of characters in the Bible are actually the same character. Every character, every prophet and Messiah in the Bible, including Melchizedek, including 24 elders, all of those represent a specific man and a specific grade system, a grade level. So we could look at the Bible or the characters in the ranks of grade level of people in the Bible as that, like we look at the American educational system that Trump is just destroying, and it should be destroyed. But K through 12, right? Kindergarten through the 12th grade. That's like the God school. You might start off as a regular student, and then you become a believer, then you become a messenger, then you become a prophet, then you become a disciple, then you become a Christ, then you become a angel, then you become a God, or an angel, then a Christ, then a God. So all of these is steps on and grade levels that we take on our way back up to being God. This is the purpose of our life. This is the grade school or the grades that we supposed to go through, each individual to grow and graduate back up into being God while we live in the flesh. But that's a great question. Melchizedek was one of the highest levels. Like that, Melchizedek might have been the 12th grade. He might have been the final, degree of that time. So yeah, that's a great question. But that's our function. That's our purpose, to grow from mentally dead zombies back into God while we live in our lifetime. And there's secret information that was never revealed and released until the 400th year was up of our enslavement. Now God is coming in person himself and judge this nation who we had to serve and be afflicted by for 400 years. And then he's revealing his secret, which is the secret of you. The secret of God is you. God is in you. Me, I'm the supreme father, and y'all are my children. And it's time now to call you back up to being what you originally were before your fall, before you had to go to sleep and let Adam rule for 6,000 years. So that's what we're doing here. And it was never available before because it was never time. Satan's time to rule was never up before. We was never at the final days or the end of the devil's time, the 6,000 year. That never happened before. So we at it now, and we at the end of the 400-year prophecy. So all of this is being opened up to us. The knowledge of self, the knowledge of God in yourself is being open. And that's why the devil is throwing so much distractions at you, so much big bag money, so much fame, so much free sex, so much drugs, so much, they're distracting you with every type of entertainment or every type of desire that you ever had before, every type of extortion or every type of blackmail, to keep you away from this. It's time. Grace is up for the wicked, but the spell is up that been on us. The curse is up. Grace is up on the wicked, and the curse is up on the righteous. The curse is over and grace is over on the wicked. So on that, my younger brother, or I think we around equals in age, maybe, Madan Komet, my correspondent on these YouTube streets, is going to give y'all the last word and the positive mantra before we get up out of here. Madan Komet, you got the last word.
No doubt. Salute, Cam. Is always a blessing. I appreciate it, man. I just want to say to the people, hey, man, hold on to that which is good. Don't get discouraged by the workers of iniquity, and let's keep pushing for the truth, and keep looking out for each other, and stand on that and stay steadfast.
And on that note, there's Brother Madan Komet and Brother Cam. This is the Campaign Show Live. Until tomorrow, God willing, peace.
Peace.